And likewise with a computer, all sorts of content can flow into it. If you have a computer that content doesn't flow into easily, it's not worth so much. If you have a book that does not have information in it, it's not worth so much. Or if you have a book that has text that you're not interested in, that's not going to be worth as much to you as a book with text you are interested in. Same with CDs. So my whole thing is I use the unlimited resource to sell a limited resource. Also, another way to put it is I use the non-rival risk good to sell the rival risk good, or I use the scarce good to sell the non-scarce good. So this is not rival risk, not scarce, this is free. These things are not free. I said I love money and one of my biggest sources of income is donations. Who knew? That is a really weird thing to say because people are like, that's not business, and it's true, it's not business, it's art. I'm an artist, and what I've learned in the last year is that audiences support artists. And the whole thing of artists getting into, I own this is my property, I'm against the audience is stealing from me, that's not necessary. Audiences and artists are actually on the same side, or can be, if they are as lucky as I have been. They understand very well the predicament that artists face. They know that artists need money. Audiences actually really want their money to reach artists. In many cases, they're more interested in that than having their money go through these giant media corporations, which, even though not everyone in the world is so aware of what these media conglomerates are doing, they are developing a pretty bad reputation. So in the cultural myth, people love artists a lot more than they love middlemen. And I simply create a mechanism for people to send donations. And I love it when people just donate the films. You don't have to buy the film. You can donate it, and if you like it, you can send me a donation. It actually works. This would not have been possible before the internet. The last year I made $50,000. I don't want to say I've received $50,000 through this mechanism of donation. That's quite significant. Given that when I was talking to distributors about conventional distribution, the most they would offer would have been a $20,000 advance, more likely a $10,000 advance. And the most they said I could get in my wildest dreams of phenomenal success over 10 years of them locking up the rights to my film would be $50,000. So this, from donations alone, I have gotten, what distributors said in my wildest dreams I would get through conventional distribution. But that's not all. This is the online merchandise empire for Sita Cities and Blues. And this is the band model, right? You've probably heard bands, give your music away for free and then make money touring and selling t-shirts. This joke, selling t-shirts, who wants to sell t-shirts? I like selling t-shirts. I make t-shirts that I would actually wear, and it's fun for me as an artist because I like designing. This isn't for everyone, but it really works for me. Other ancillary merchandise is DVDs. They are actually ancillary merchandise. It says pre-downloaded DVD on the DVD. So nobody needs a DVD to see the film. The DVD is like a souvenir or a token. It's like a luxury good. And people are basically buying the packaging. It has the DVD on it, but they're buying the packaging. And they know they're buying the packaging, and it's cool. People actually like buying these things directly from artists because they like to support artists. And so when they know that things are actually benefiting me directly, that actually increases their value. This is the creator endorsed mark. This is the wonderful innovation from questioncopyright.org, who I work with. They're a nonprofit. And this mark on things just lets the buyer know that it's directly supporting the artist. The purchase is directly supporting the artist. So actually, yeah.
Questioncopyright.org.
Questioncopyright.org. So actually, you all own this film in terms of being content owners. You own it, and you are all legally free to make distributions and products and whatnot. But you can only display this creator endorsed mark if I endorse it. So if you're, I'm not going to interfere with your rights to share the content, but your distribution will be a lot more valuable if the audience knows that it's supporting the artist. That, I think, is the big audience. And I think that's where the whole moral quandary comes with copyright infringement. And copyright is not necessary to solve this problem of, does my purchase support the artist? This creator endorsed logo really solves that problem, and it doesn't infringe on anybody's rights. So I was just showing you the standard edition DVD, which is $20. This is the artist edition DVD, which is $100. This is signed and numbered, and the difference between the standard edition and the artist edition is $80. This is the creator endorsement, really big. There you go. This is approximately how much I made from the store in less than a year. The store opened in June. It's an e-store. We have an order fulfillment service. And there's lots of expenses associated with it, so the gross is much, much higher. But this is what I got, which is cool. Sita has regular theatrical distributors. The distributors are very brave because they were willing to release a film that they don't have a monopoly over. And this was new for all of them. I think this might be the first time a new film without a monopoly on it has been distributed by regular distributors. But distributors know that times are changing, and they know that their business models are in danger, so I'm really grateful to my distributors for giving it a try. One of them is Shadow Distribution. They distributed west of Mississippi, and it just opened in LA last week. The other is G-Kids. They do it east of the Mississippi. They're great. They run the New York International Children's Film Festival. It's also distributed in France by Eurozoom, which is really south, and German-speaking Switzerland. And I haven't made much money from theatrical distribution. I don't even have a lot of data on it because it's taken them a really long time to collect data. So I know that way more money has come in, but so far, in terms of actual checks that have reached me, it's only $3,000. You know, they had a 5-week run at the ISC Film Center over the holidays, but there's still no accounting of that. That's the nature of distribution. It's a slow, unwieldy process. But it's fine for me, because I just love that people are able to see the film, that I can sell more DVDs and t-shirts. There are other DVD distributors. Like I say, you can all distribute the DVD if you want to. Film Caravan is an endorsed distributor of mine. They do what's called downstream deals with other distributors. Their edition is what you can get on Amazon. This is IndiePix. They're another downstream thing. I'm not quite sure how all of this works. It's really a weird world. They make deals with other people that make deals. It was through them and through like another layer of middlemen that this whole Netflix thing happened. It's all quite mysterious. There are just layers and layers of middlemen that take money out. But that's fine because they don't have a monopoly. That's what's great. Like if I were releasing this conventionally and had, you know, assigned monopolies to these distributors, I would hate these distributors the way most filmmakers hate their distributors because they have a monopoly on it. But my attitude is, and actually I love Film Caravan. They're great. They get the film all sorts of places that I myself can't get it. Meanwhile, you know, other people can compete with them. So if they lay down on the job, it's not the end of the world. And they have what's called first mover advantage. They have my endorsement, all that stuff. So actually, I'm making money, they're making money, all that sort of stuff. I'm not making that much money through them, but that's fine. They actually have to go through all this horrible paperwork and do all this, you know, nasty bureaucratic stuff. And I get to make films, so it's fine with me that they get more money. And I like them. So, you know, I estimated whatever, $5,551. The accounting of this stuff is really complicated. So, broadcast, it's been broadcast on Channel 13. It's being broadcast in Australia. Dealing with broadcasters is really frustrating because even though they have the rights to broadcast it, everybody has the rights to broadcast this already under the free license. They all have legal departments. And I end up having to sign contracts assigning them rights that they already have. And they ask for much more limited rights than what they already have. It's really weird. They don't know what to make them free license. So, yeah, it's odd. And then some of them just walk away from it entirely. Like, they really want to buy the rights, and when I say you already have the rights, can we just, you know, negotiate my endorsement? Then they give up. It's like too complicated for their legal department. So it would actually, ironically, probably have been broadcast more places if it weren't free, which is really weird. But I'm sure this will change. You know, this is like just one of the sacrifices I make being a pioneer and all this. And it'll take a few years for the world to catch up with the strange